Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jameson here, Bad Publicity. Really kind of just wanted to do something here to mark this historic occasion. Um, we all know that as it drops here, that starting today, the 22nd of October, um, Fantasy Flight will no longer be offering any sale of Android Netrunner the card game products. So pretty much this is if you follow the community, you've seen a couple Facebook posts pop up. You've seen a couple um, memes and pictures. Um, but yeah, this is pretty much the end of Fantasy Flight Games and Netrunner. This is the closing date. Um, 2 core sets, 8 cycles, 5 deluxes, and a campaign expansion. It's been one hell of a run. Uh, there's been a lot of you guys that are probably watching here that have been with Bad Publicity since the beginning, and man, I sincerely thank you. We've had an incredible run, ups and downs, with this game. Um, if you followed the last videos, we said that we were really trying to get some stuff here in the background going, to keep some content flowing. We've had a couple snags with that. Mostly it's been trying to get the appropriate sign-offs to get one final Michael Boggs interview. That's what we're really trying to do, pull some strings behind the scenes, but we have yet to receive that that approval and that sign off, and that's okay. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I had some fun videos in the can, and we'll release them out, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for some of those. They're just kind of closing ones, looking at some top 10 lists. Those are always fun to do back in the day. So close off with some personal thoughts on the game and some top 10 lists. But there's still a lot of stuff that's going to come. If you're following this Nisei stuff, I can say that that it really looks like they're to take off. I think there's a couple things I would like to see from the community to show that they're backing Nisei a lot more. They've got their Facebook page up, which is facebook.com/Netrunner Nisei. I think a large portion of all those people that are floating on Netrunner Dorks needs to kind of float off and back that Nisei board, just so they can see numbers that are behind the actual continuation. And I think that there's a bunch of other things that need to come through for them. I think they've just released like their, I mean, I don't think there's any more people, but you can follow along on StimHack. They've kind of been posting all their articles there. That's kind of the main spot if you want to find anything Nisei. And from there, it seems like, yeah, like I said, it seems like more people are working on this game than when Fantasy Flight had it now. So I mean, that's always a good sign. And they got a lot of stuff in the pipes. But being a month and a bit after Worlds and stuff like that, I kind of would have liked to see them carry some momentum. I think there needs to be something released. And these guys got an uphill battle, and I take my hats off to them, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I'm very eagerly paying attention and reading everything that kind of comes out for it, and still keeping my ear to the ground in the Reddits and stuff like that. Something that's been a part of my life for so long, it's hard to let go. So you can understand that, but I'm hoping that we see some changes to kind of freshen things up. Like if this was still going on, we would have seen hopefully some announcements from FFG on pack releases if they were still holding the key, and I think that a lot of people would be looking for some kind of balance changes. So I'm interested to see when that will come. Jinteki.net has said that they are going to support the evolution of NIS going forward, and so will Netrunner DB. So maybe we can, hopefully see some kind of most wanted list or some kind of balance changes, or maybe now's the time we go in and errata some of those cards. Maybe the first thing, if it was me looking at it, I think the easiest thing to do is shake up some of those IDs, add influence and subtract influence from some of them. Kind of like I said, more balance changes than it is anything. Add influence to cards, take away influence to cards, and if a lot of that can be done more in the digital space, because I think that's where a majority of the Netrunner stuff is going to be taking place, that'd be cool to see. There's such a online presence still in Jinteki that you can always pop on there and find a game still, and I'm really crazy it's really crazy to see how many people have committed to keeping this thing going. I don't know what that's going to mean in the long run. Because I don't know if Wizards took the license back and they're going to do something with it, or if it's just going to sit dormant. We know FFG's licensing ran out, and it's really hard to say how aggressive Wizards will be with their licensing protection. Will they come after a community like this? The history dictates that even Jinteki.net and Netrunner DB did see some legal action from FFG with some takedown requests. Those were never enforced, but I mean it did happen. So I think that's all things to take into consideration. A lot of the stuff on the cards is proprietary to FFG, the symbols, and the iconography. So it's be interesting to see what happens with all that stuff if Nisei is redesigning the game from the ground up using just the mechanics. There's talk of a new core set coming, and there's a design team. Will we see the same organized play structure? All those decisions are able to be crafted, from a blank slate, and they can use the previous experience of what FFG went through and the learning curve there to, as a springboard. But, I think the coolest thing that we can get right now is some kind of balance change out the door. And hopefully we see that soon. Because I really think that you got to keep this interest going. You got to ride this hype train and show things are progressing while people are still linked into social media, while people are still linked into some of these pages. I mean, I can tell you that we saw it, right? You definitely see a drop in and people that are interested over the years. So our watch numbers at the end weren't as significant as they were months ago. It was almost like when FFG announced that the game was done, there was an initial drop. There was people that just said, peace, I'm out. And then some people came back for the big reunion at Magnum Opus, those that can make it out. But I think as soon as you have some people walk away from this game, I don't think they might not come back. So I'm hoping that something gets released relatively quick to kind of switch up the game, to give people that reason to keep them around playing with something new and not in the state that FFG left it. That was something that even while the game was being produced, the hunger for new cards, spoilers, what's coming, it was all over the community. This is a very, very thirsty card game community for new stuff. I don't think anybody gravitated harder towards the living card game model than Netrunner players did. We always wanted the next pack or the next spoiler. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. Like I said, if you follow along on StimHack, you can see they have a big list of stuff to do. There's actually a cool Twitter feed for Crit Hit D20. So at Crit Hit D20. This is the lead designer for Nisei, and he kind of posts these little design challenges every day or whenever he can. It's pretty consistent too. If you want to see inside the mind's eye of how design is coming and what thoughts the new lead is taking there, head on over there and take a look. Some of them are pretty excuse me, pretty interesting. And it's definitely got some potential and definitely some fun exercises that I've scribbled down for some of these design challenges and things like that he's got or whatnot. So, I don't do anything with them. I just read them, and they're kind of car thoughts or shower thoughts, whatever you want to call them. But like I said, that being said, it's kind of cool to see such a huge chunk of the community pick up and run with this at the end. So like I said, today, I don't know, I keep saying that. Just wanted to kind of jump on and put my stick in the sand and say, salute to Netrunner on this historic day when the actual baton is passed once more. Most people thought that the end of, or the beginning of September, the end of Opus on the 9th there was the last kind of day for Netrunner, but today was the actual day that support is done. FFG is not longer selling anything. The websites made changes. Android Netrunner, the LCG is slowly getting stripped off the website on the product listings. So just wanted to make my quick video and put my stick in the sand for this day, so we can mark it in our YouTube archive here. So stay tuned for some fun top 10 videos. For the comment there, I don't know how much the top 10 econ videos have changed, or econ cards have changed. There's probably a couple, but still is pretty consistent along the way. If that's something you want to see, if you guys want to see some other top 10s, shoot them down below, and I'll see what I can come up with. But I definitely have some planned and ready. So I appreciate you guys for those who have sticking around. We'll eventually move into some other stuff. I was doing some tests of, and I've been playing the Lord of the Rings game. Really cool. Very clean interface. That'll be launching soon, and we got some other stuff on the docket with myself, Hollis. You know, Corey's talked about some other things. So we got some fun stuff for you guys. We've developed this relationship over the years, and we want to keep it going. So if you liked hanging out with us then, you'll probably like what we have in store coming up. I appreciate you guys for dropping in, checking this out, and seeing what's been happening. Netrunner, gone but not forgotten, and now morphing into Project Nisei, officially starting probably now on the 23rd. We'll say is I guess Nisei's official baton pass. They can start doing whatever they need to do now. But you know, I don't want to take the words from them, so this is not their official launch video. But we'll see. Like I said, go check out their Facebook page. They are on Twitter, and if you like those ideas of the design, check out the Crit Hit D20 for those design challenges. Get your design inputs into him there. All right. Other than that, guys, thanks very much. You know, hats off for this day, or if you're like me and you never take it off, just keep it on. We'll catch you later, and happy running.